Okay, we got the Samsung microwave. Let's see what model it is. This model SMH622W, and it has a problem where you go to cook, and let's just put 20 seconds and hit start. Light came on inside, but okay, the turntable is turning now. And then let's see what happens. Okay. Oh, see with the door open? The door is open and the turntable is moving. It thinks it's cooking. Kind of freaks you out a little bit. That means we got bad switches. So behind this panel there are 3 little micro switches. Let's get those changed. So what we're going to do is on top there's a couple of screws. 1, 2, not that one, 3. So just 3 screws to take this cover off. Okay, so I started pulling out those 3 screws, and notice the power's on because I was showing you the problem. So let's unplug the power before we actually open anything. And let's see if we can get this cover off now. After a few minutes of messing around, on older models, you just take out the 3 screws and this piece comes up. But this has this part, and it goes behind this fixed panel that's part of the control. The secret is slide it left. After you get the 3 screws out, go left about 1 inch and then pull it up and out. There. So I just went left 1/4 of an inch. Sliding it to me. There we go. Up and out. That's the secret to getting it off of this model. So if you look at how this is attached, so this is the way it's in there. And then you look at where the attachment points are. Right there, you see that? You got to go left to get it out. There's 1, 2, 3. There's 4 of those. So you go left to about 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch, and then it'll come out. Now on the front control panel, there are 2 screws. I just took them out. They're sitting right there. With the 2 screws removed from the control panel, you pull them up, and then it comes away, and you can just let it hang by the wires for a minute. So what I bought is this whole piece. It has 1, 2, 3 switches, and it's held in with these T20 screws, Torx. So you could buy these switches individually, but I just went ahead and bought all 3 because I don't know which one's bad. Didn't do a whole lot of troubleshooting. So I'm going to undo these 2 screws and get this out, and I have the new one in the box right here. And the box I bought is DE9600414A. Got this from AppliancePartsPros.com. And it looks identical. So we have 2 switches on the bottom, 1 up near the top, and I see there's 2 screw holes and then these little hooks, 1 here, 1 here. So after I remove the 2 screws, I'm going to pull up just 1/4 of an inch, and then it should be free. And of course mark the wires so you can put it back in the same place. Taking out the T20 screws, and there is the little hook that I told you about. 1 hook there, and one hook there, and 1 hook there. So we've got to lift up 1/4 inch. Free these wires here, and then I should be able to pull it out. Just this little wire manager. Always hard to hold a camera and do all the work left-handed. Okay. If I move the control panel over to the right, and then I can squeeze it past all these. There we go. Now we can move our wires one at a time to the new unit so we don't mix them up. Let me show you on the new one. So on the new one, when it's inside the machine, it's like, oops, turn around backwards. There we go. It's like this in the new machine. So if we turn it this way, there's 2 bottom switches. It's this very bottom one that's bad. And the way I can tell, when I push this and it clicks, can you see that clicking? This is the new one. And then when I click on each one of these, I'll take my screwdriver and depress each one. It's that bottom one that makes no clicking sound at all. So see that? It's going in there. That switch is not doing anything. The other ones, I take a screwdriver or something to depress it. Get closer there. Solid clicks on these. Here's the top one. It's kind of dangling here. This is the top one. So it's the bottom switch is bad. It's out of the machine. This is the new one I bought. So here's the front with the 2 T20 screw holes. So if I turn it here, you'll see this little tab. So you lift that little tab up, slide the micro switch out. Pull the micro switch out. There is a little release button that you have to press right there. So you push that, pull the micro switch out. You may have to depress the button to get it all the way out. And plug that connector. This is the very bottom switch. And then the trick to this thing is to take a pencil or some pointy thing and push right there, because otherwise this clip won't come off. So I'm going to do that off camera. Okay, so I got my new bottom switch. That's the one with the black wire with the bare metal connector, the one we had to push the pin, and then it's got that white connector with a brown and black wire. So that's our bottom switch. I didn't remove the middle switch. I didn't remove the top switch because they're all working. Just make sure your wires are connected and push these back into their wire managers. And then we'll make sure everything's still connected here, nothing came off. And we'll put these clips back in and put the front panel back where it belongs. There we go. And then we'll put our screws on top. Make sure the 3 tabs over here are aligned, the tabs over here are aligned, and then give it a nice firm push down, and everything's nicely in place. Then you come up here and put these 2 screws in. They're number 2. Okay, so now we're going to put our top on. So just get these top pieces under there, and then you want a gap of about 1/4 inch. So we're off to the left by 1/4 inch, and then just slide it to the right. There we go. And then line up our screw holes, and then put our number 2 Phillips screws in, 3 of them. Okay, we got our 3 screws in the top. Time to give this power. The light came on, digital display came on. Wait for it to boot up. And let's see if we put 20 seconds. Start. And the carousel is turning counterclockwise. That's a good sign. So now what happens if we open it? It stops running, the light's on, the fan's not running. So that all looks good. So this was made in August 2012, and that would make it 9 years old. And the switch, bottom switch, like everybody else, bottom switch went out. So I think this is resolved now. Let's clear this. Let's open it. No fan, no spinning while it's open. That's good. So I think we fixed it. That's job done. Now we just set our clock.